My name is Silvia Bunge, and I'm a professor at the University of California at Berkeley. I'm a developmental cognitive neuroscientist, which means that I study how the brain develops over childhood, and also how changes in the brain then lead to changes in a child's mind. I'm also interested in how the environment that the child grows up in is shaping their brain over time, both for better and for worse. Now, in the United States, which is one of the richest countries in the world, nearly 1/3 of children experience poverty. That's a staggering level of inequality, and it's always at the back of my mind when I do my work. I study two cognitive abilities that are really essential. The first of these is our ability to regulate our thoughts and our behavior to make them consistent with our goals, or goal-directed behavior. The second ability that I study is our ability to solve novel problems. This is reasoning ability. Now, both goal-directed behavior and reasoning are essential for good life outcomes. Goal-directed behavior, the ability to regulate our actions even in early childhood, is predictive of financial stability and health and other life outcomes even decades later. And our ability to solve novel problems, even really abstract ones that seem to have absolutely nothing to do with what a child learns in school, is predictive of academic achievement as well as performance in cognitively demanding careers. Both goal-directed behavior and reasoning depend on the proper functioning of prefrontal cortex, which is the front third of the human brain. This area integrates inputs from all over the brain. It prioritizes some inputs over others, and it sends control signals back to these other areas in order to make decisions. This area of the brain is extremely sensitive to whatever's going on in the environment, so that then you can update your behavior in accordance with current demands. But this sensitivity to the environment means that it's attuned even to negative influences, for example, chronic stress or maltreatment or neglect, these forms of early life adversity that often accompany poverty. This is a big problem because if you think about how important goal-directed behavior and reasoning are for life outcomes, if they're being impacted by the environment that a child is growing up in, it could actually be the case that an individual who's growing up in poverty may not fully develop the cognitive skills that they need in order to lift themselves out of poverty. And this is a very controversial issue, but I think that it's an extremely important one societally, and something that we need to investigate further. If an individual then is unable to lift themselves out of poverty, unless something else changes in their environment, they then will have children who are born into the same circumstances, and hence the intergenerational transmission of poverty, or the cycle of poverty. This sobering set of findings that's coming out about the effects of poverty on the brain have inspired me to start to do some more applied research in addition to my basic research, to try to develop interventions to better support the learning of goal-directed behavior and reasoning in children, and also to evaluate existing interventions.